Well, we're back live in Biloxi where Buster Douglas, a former heavyweight champion, a man who first defeated Mike Tyson, will be in action here in his 7th fight since a 6-year absence from the ring. And he takes on a local hero and favorite here, Quinn Navarre, a very dangerous guy for Buster Douglas. That's upcoming. 10 rounds of heavyweight boxing as CBS Sports coverage of the Budweiser Boxing Series continues after this message and a word from your local station. Navarre from up the road in Slidell, Louisiana, very near New Orleans, and we're not too far away from there. Just a couple of hours. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy back here at ringside. And Gil, the last time that we saw Buster Douglas in action didn't last very long and only went 1 round and about a second more because he was knocked out after the bell had rung by Louis Monaco, a gentleman we saw here yesterday in a losing effort against Kurt Johnson.
Well, Tim, believe me, Buster Douglas knows that he got knocked out. He won the fight on disqualification, but that certainly has to stick in his mind, the fact that and he was really knocked out. Could not continue after a 5-minute rest. And there he goes.
Well, you heard the bell and you see his hands drop, and Monaco couldn't contain himself from throwing one more punch, and it nailed him. And I guess some fans might think that, well, maybe Buster would say to himself, well, if I'd been ready, I wouldn't have been knocked out.
I thought he won the fight. I thought he out-hustled Holmes in the fight. He did not get the decision, but he certainly handled himself very, very well in the fight.
Now, talking to Quinn Navarre, he says he's in the best physical and mental shape that he's been in some time. He was a late starter as a professional. He's now 29 years of age. He's certainly in superb physical condition. Mentally, is he ready for Buster Douglas? Well, we will find that out. We talked to both fighters about their strategies for this matchup. Let's start with Buster.
Well, I think I'm going to go out, use the jab, and work off the jab, you know, give him a lot of different variations of the jab, and take it from there, and then take my shots as they appear. Try to be more active, more movement, where he can't set me up and hit me with nothing that I don't want to get hit with. I have to be ready for anything that, you know, he comes with, and I have to be able to, you know, counter and come with my own, and, you know, just be prepared to, you know, do whatever it takes, basically. You just got to be focused and do what you got to do to make you successful, you know, and get that big win you need.
Buster Douglas, we're looking at him live in his locker room, getting ready to go here. He's won 6 in a row, including that DQ over Monaco, since making his comeback. And we'll be back with the bout in a moment. We're back live on the CBS Sports Show, ready on our Budweiser Boxing Series for James Buster Douglas against Quinn Navarre. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Buster Douglas, now 37 years old, stands at 6'4", came in at 235, and that's a very good weight for him. He continues to get himself in even better shape every time out. Quinn Navarre at 228 at age 29. Here in Mississippi, there can be a standing 8 count. There is no saving by the bell except in the final round only. The count continues after the bell with the knockdown. Only the referee can stop the fight. If there are 3 knockdowns in a round, the fight is over. And let's go to our ring announcer, Mark Fierro.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Gelb Promotions and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, This Bud's For You, presents main event, 10 rounds, heavyweights. Your ring officials assigned by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. Your judges at ringside are, from Biloxi, Mississippi, the charming Chester Como and C.D. Jenkins, and from Folsom, Louisiana, Paul Ceda. Your referee for this event, also from Biloxi, Freddie Steinwinder III. Introducing now the principals first. In the red corner to my right, wearing the red and white trunks, weighing in at 228 pounds, his professional record, 19 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw, and 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Slidell, Louisiana. Here is Quinn Navarre. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks, weighing 235 pounds. His professional record, 35 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw. He has 22 wins by way of knockout. He hails from Columbus, Ohio, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, James Buster Douglas. Douglas, 10 rounds, heavyweights.
Well, there's a look at James Buster Douglas. Final instructions from the referee.
You know the rules of boxing. I want you to listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions? Any questions? Touch gloves, come out fighting. Let's go.
There's a look at Quinn Navarre, and he is the local favorite here because Slidell, Louisiana is less than 2-hour drive up the road here along the Gulf Coast, just outside of New Orleans, and he is in white with red trunks, and the former champion of the world, resplendent in a matching outfit of trunks, boots, and robe. Buster Douglas in red with gold trim, a little fringe, a little African look there, some Bushman paintings on the back. He's got a whole handsome thing working for him today. Buster Douglas, well known for that excellent jab. He's shown some power in his comeback, but I would say he stepped up in class here in terms of his opponent.
Yes, this is the best opponent he's fought on his comeback, but I know the fight's very, very early, but he looks pretty alert and pretty sharp to me so far, Buster.
And coming in at 235 pounds as he's continued to work on his weight and conditioning. This is his 7th fight since making his comeback. Navarre just storming right in there, throwing combinations. Douglas very calm and poised here in the early going.
Well, that's what Navarre did against Larry Holmes. He actually, I thought, out-hustled him in the fight. He can't put his punches together.
Showing a good, solid left jab and absolutely no fear or respect for Buster so far.
Well, they both landed good, solid left hooks in that last exchange, and they've both shown a good, sharp jab. They look like two world-class fighters. No question about that.
Quinn Navarre, 29 years of age, born in New Orleans, lives in Slidell, as we said, 19-5-1 with 14 KOs. Hasn't beaten anybody big time, but a lot of people thought he beat Larry Holmes. His other losses were to Jeremy Williams and Jimmy Thunder, among name opponents. And he is banging away there, scoring to the head of Buster Douglas here. We go under a minute in round number 1. Now Navarre working the midsection of Douglas.
And Douglas pulled up his trunks as if to say, I don't like that. Don't hit me there.
Navarre was an outstanding athlete in high school sports, a three-sport star, and got a football scholarship to Southern University, where he was an accomplished running back. In fact, was 3rd in rushing as a junior in the Southwest Athletic Conference.
Nice combination by Navarre.
Final seconds of round number 1. A good solid round. A lot of punches thrown by two big heavyweights.
And sharp punches, too, both of them.
Douglas standing here in round 1. He says, I'm in shape. John Russell, his trainer, in the ring with him. Well, after boxing, we remind you to jump over to CBS. There's a look at James Buster Douglas and Quinn Navarre in Slidell, Louisiana, trained by Larry Hike.
Tim, they did something to Navarre's right eye between rounds. It doesn't look like it's bleeding or it's been cut, but maybe they put some new skin above that eye. Now, Buster Douglas landed a pretty sharp right hand in that exchange, and here comes Navarre back with that good snappy jab.
They've been willing to go toe-to-toe right from the opening bell here. A big right hand over the top by Douglas. That wobbled Navarre. Navarre now gets his balance and ducks under the next combination. All the action's been right here in the middle of the ring. Navarre looks like he's got his wheels back under him, and they are strong wheels indeed. And he throws a combination, and that pushed Douglas back.
That's one thing Navarre can do. He's a busy guy, and he puts his punches together. If you're a little lazy, you're going to lose the rounds.
He has 14 KOs in his 19 wins, and he had alibis for those losses to Williams, Holmes, and Thunder, particularly the Williams and Thunder loss. He said he just wasn't really mentally there, hadn't prepared physically for the Williams fight, which he took on late notice. But he has no excuses this time. He said he's mentally and physically ready.
4-punch combination by Navarre, 3 more punches. Again, that's what he did with Holmes. He just out-hustled him. Another right hand by Navarre, and now Buster punches back.
A left and a right back from Douglas.
Tim, this is a heavyweight fight.
And Navarre off balance a bit, but continues to wing punches. Crowd is on its feet here.
Solid punches by Buster Douglas. Solid punches.
Banging to the body, missed with the left as Navarre backed away from trouble. Under a minute we go. Steinwein to the referee.
Douglas hit him on the break that time, Tim.
Come here, Quinn. Let's go. Let's go start that shit. Let's go.
Warnings for hitting on the break. Terrific second round here. Both these big guys letting it all hang out early.
Well, Douglas knows how important this fight is to him, and Navarre wants to make a hit in front of the hometown fans. Both have incentive.
There's that famous Douglas jab, having some effect there with the last 2 shots. Navarre had some success getting in underneath that. Final seconds of round number 2. Tremendous round by these 2 big heavyweights. Tough to call the scoring in that one, Gil. In round number 2, they both had a lot of good shots.
Well, Tim, I had both rounds very, very close. This is a real action heavyweight fight.
Go back and take a look at that big overhand right that got Navarre's attention.
Set it up with a jab, and there it is, right on the side of the head. And it definitely wobbled Navarre. You can see that. Here we go, Douglas in action again. 4, 5, 6-punch combination, 7-punch combination, 8-punch combination, 9.
He left himself wide open while he was firing away. Navarre unable to get himself planted and land a good counter punch. You see Douglas really going after him. Round number 3. Quinn Navarre in white with red trim. Buster Douglas in all red with gold trim on the sides. 3rd round scheduled for 10. Douglas had patented quick left jab with some sting on it. Sometimes he'll lead with a little hook.
And every time Navarre jabs to the body, Douglas stops and picks up his trunks. He doesn't like those body shots. Nice jab by Navarre.
Tremendous shot by Douglas. Down goes Navarre.
Got caught coming in, Sam.
Yes, they did. They were both going to throw at the same time. And Douglas landed the punch that did the damage, sending Navarre down. He's still on slightly wobbly legs here. See whether he can gather himself or whether Douglas can get in there to finish him.
And Tim, believe me, Navarre is dangerous right now. If Douglas just comes in wide open, he's going to get nailed.
Did the smart thing, grabbing onto Douglas there. Now he throws a combination. Two powerful punchers here in Douglas and Navarre. There's a solid left jab, and that seemed to send Navarre backwards, and then an inside shot from Douglas. Navarre still in some trouble here.
Low blow by Douglas. Referee missed it.
Keeping that jab out in the face of Navarre. Navarre trying to get inside. His faculty's still working, but his legs are not.
Still has that competitive spirit, though, Tim Navarre.
No question. He's trying to do the right things here mentally, but his legs are not quite back yet. Under a minute we go in round 3. Digging to the body in there, not a lot of sting on it. Two shots to the body from well outside from Navarre, but enough to get Douglas's attention. And there now, this jab seems to be coming back with a little more authority, and his legs. Another 30 seconds we go in the third.
Exchange hooks again, Tim. Last time that was disastrous for Navarre.
And he just ducked under a roundhouse right from Douglas. Douglas lands a jab again.
Douglas looks very, very sharp, Tim.
Does he ever? Very much in control.
Look at how sharp Douglas looks.
Final seconds of round number 3. Douglas scoring a knockdown here in the third against a very strong Quinn Navarre.
Every time you jab, he's sitting back waiting on the jab. It's okay to jab now, but on some of those exchanges, you got to step right to him with a right hand lead and left hook.
Let's go back and look at that knockdown. You can see they were both ready to throw, just Douglas beat him to it with a tremendous left.
They both threw left hooks, Tim. That's why they call boxing the game of inches. They both threw the left hooks, and Douglas got there just a little quicker. Wait till you see how close Navarre's left hook comes close to landing here. But he got nailed himself. Now he has his hands on the ropes, which he should have them on his lap now, resting.
Just step straight to him, come across your body with the right hand and then left hook.
There's a look at Quinn Navarre close up, and Buster Douglas. Douglas out of action for 6 years. Came back in 1996. Beat Tony La Rosa, and then Rocky Papelli, Dick Ryan, Brian Scott, and Louis Monaco with the DQ. So he has not been in as tough as Quinn Navarre. In these first 3 rounds, he's been impressive.
Very impressive. Seems to have command of his punches, his balance.
Step back, let's go.
Round 4 scheduled for 10. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy ringside live in Biloxi. James Buster Douglas, former heavyweight champion of the world, trying to get back at another shot. The word is that he is already negotiating, depending on a victory here today, with Lennox Lewis, who won by disqualification last night. Against Akinwande, the African now living in England.
Navarre's best punch thus far has been that left jab, Tim, body and head. But look at Douglas with a snappy left jab. So relaxed in there, Buster Douglas.
Very, which, you know, takes me back to my question about was he concerned about the knockout blow after the bell by Monaco. My feeling is now that it didn't bother him at all.
Doesn't look that way, Tim. And let's see what happens if he gets nailed a solid shot.
He's taking a couple of wraps. There's a big right hand.
Same thing as last time, but this time they exchanged right hands. And Douglas beat him by maybe a quarter of an inch.
Navarre goes to the canvas with an overhand right.
They both threw right hands, and Douglas got there just a little quicker.
A little blood from the nose of Navarre, and there's that jab painting again, and a big right hand just missed.
Look how quick and sharp Douglas looks.
And down goes Navarre again. He might not get up from this one. Quinn Navarre, second knockdown here in the 4th round. Buster Douglas. Navarre gets up quickly, beats the count.
I can't believe that, Tim.
Referee Fred Steinwinder.
One more knockdown, the fight's over.
Looks at him carefully, and Douglas to the attack. Game moved by Quinn Navarre, getting to his feet. He leapt up at the count of 8. And down he goes again, and that's it. A left hand from Buster Douglas, and he wins by knockout. 3 knockdowns in the round, and Navarre was not likely to get up from this one. He is completely prone on his back. Quinn Navarre, third knockdown of the fourth round. A left hand from Buster Douglas, a sensational knockout by the former world champion, James Buster Douglas. Now Navarre getting to his feet. I tell you, this guy was in shape for this fight. He insisted he was. He looks like he was. And he was just in incredible shape to get up from 2 knockdowns. And even now, he's over there congratulating James Buster Douglas. We're glad to see Navarre not hurt, but he was flattened 3 times in this 4th round and once in the 3rd by James Buster Douglas.
Tim, I was very, very impressed by Buster Douglas in this fight.
Well, let's take a look at the first knockdown here in the 4th round.
Yeah, they both threw right hands, and again, Buster Douglas beat him by maybe a 1/4 of an inch.
And right on the chin, an accurate shot.
Got their firstest with the mostest. There's the little left hook again, down again.
That was the second one, and again a left hand. That one was almost still a jab, but it was solid and it was right there. So Douglas with 3 knockdowns of Quinn Navarre here in the 4th round. And I guess now you can think a little bit about how he would do against Lennox Lewis. Lewis had no chance to show his wares against all the clutching and grabbing of Akinwande, but that's going to be the next talk. Negotiations are underway, and you have to say that Buster Douglas was impressive. So CBS Sports coverage of the Budweiser Boxing Series continues with an interview of the former champion Buster Douglas after this message and a word from your local station. Official word from ring announcer Mark Fierro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 25 seconds of the 4th round. 3 knockdown rule in effect. The winner by tactical knockout, James Buster Douglas.
Buster, impressive performance here against a tough guy. Had the local crowd behind him. He was obviously in great physical shape for this fight. He seemed so calm and so poised and so ready to show something big time.
Well, I'm a world champion. You know, I'm the world champion, and you know, I'm ready for any of them. I'm ready to take on that Lennox Lewis, bring it back to America.
I asked
he's having a hard time finding somebody to stand up to him. Well, here I am, baby.
I asked a question of Gil Clancy before the fight whether that knockout after the bell by Monaco would bother you, and he felt he can't forget that. Did you forget it?
Yes, I forgot it because he's a complete idiot. You know, and I wish I got an opportunity, you know, but that's history. It's over. I'm to move on.
Well, you showed that you could move on. It didn't seem to be in your mind today. Now let's talk about Lennox Lewis. Bob Arum of Top Rank is here with us. Bob, before the fight you told us that if Buster looked good that there was a chance, better than a chance, that he would get to fight Lennox Lewis. Update us.
We're talking about that now. Look, Tim, Buster Douglas is the best heavyweight in the world, bar none. The first guy we'd love to fight is Lennox Lewis, then bring on Evander Holyfield. You saw it today. This man is back. He's the motivated. He's the best in the world.
All right, Buster, your promoter obviously thinks you should have that chance, and boxing fans would like to see anybody that can last longer than 3 or 4 rounds in a legitimate heavyweight championship fight.
It's not going to be nothing but thumping, and it's going to be nothing but thumping. Beautiful execution. You know, I'm ready to take on and win my heavyweight championship back.
Well, let's show you in action here, and you can see yourself, admire your own work here. This is the first knockdown in the 4th round, the final round. Describe what happened here.
Well, it was just a hook and a right hand right over top of the hook. I've been working on it. Some of me working in the gym with my dad and John Russell. You know,
this is the second one here.
And that's the shot that John's been teaching me. John's been telling me to throw them uppercuts. You know, come with the shot like that, the hook.
And then this is the last
jab right there is a jab that my father was teaching me. And I've been grown, you know, everything just clicking. Everything was clicking.
Well, you got a lot of great teachers. You listen to them all and you execute it.
That's right. And it's wonderful. Thank God. And this victory is for God.
All right, we're glad to say Quinn Navarre got up from that. He was obviously in great physical shape, and he's okay. We're happy to report that. I know you feel the same way, unlike some other boxers around today.
Yeah, he's a tremendous fighter, tremendous athlete. And, you know, I'm glad he's all right.
credit to the sport, you know, credit to boxing.
All right, well, congratulations to you, Buster Douglas. Boxing fans look forward to seeing you get another title shot. The former undisputed champion of the world and maybe headed for a matchup against Lennox Lewis. Well, we've got some more boxing action here. Let's go to a fight that took place earlier here today in Biloxi. An outstanding young welterweight by the name of Daniel Santos, bronze medalist at the '96 Olympics. He'll take on Augustine Silva, and we'll have that for you